Alright, this video will look at why people buy, who they buy from, and some of the triggers that help them along the way. So this is a general overview on consumer psychology. It's a huge, huge topic, something that's really fun to read into, something that's really fun to study. So by no means is this going to exhaust the topic. What we want to do here is kind of squish the first level of thinking, the tip top of I sell weight training, buy my weight training. I've got a window company, buy my windows. I'm an accountant, buy my accounting services. People don't buy just because you're in business. If you build it, they will come is a fantasy for a movie. It's bullshit for business. People buy because you provide them a solution. So the accounting agent says, we'll save you $1,000 on your tax or your money back guarantee. Something like that. That's why people buy. It gets the emotions up. They may not have the logic going at the moment at that point, but later on they'll look back, and that's why people might ask for a refund or whatever, because the logic got to them. But the emotion carried them through the sale. You've heard the statement, everybody's heard it, you sell the sizzle, not the steak. This is exactly what we're talking about. You got to build emotion, you got to provide a solution. Who do they buy from? Every training manual will tell you they buy from people they know, like, and trust. So you got to make a connection with them. That's why I do these videos, so you can get to know me. I don't hide behind the camera. I hate being on camera, but at least you're familiar with me. I might be a guy that you could see in real life. I like to think about this a little bit deeper. I think that you get there's a Napoleon Hill book, Napoleon the Laws of Success. Everybody probably knows this book, and he talks about the mastermind principle. And the mastermind principle is when two or more minds come together to achieve a goal. So two people thinking on the same subject. And his caveat is that you have to be harmonious. Yeah, you gotta link up. You can't. I want to start a business. You want to start a business, but we got two different ideas. That's not the mastermind. I want to start a business, and you want to start a business, and we both think towards it. That'd be a mastermind. You start talking. Two brains are better than one. I picture the speech bubbles on cartoons. You got a conversation where it's this guy and this guy. If they were a mastermind, they would cross over, and then those two people become stronger. Now that is in a strategic setting. In the buying setting, the mastermind, I feel it's something that you can actually feel when somebody's in tune with you. They're flowing towards the sale. Sometimes you just get the feeling this person's buying even from the get go. You know that they know they like and trust you, and you're moving towards that. I'll illustrate this point with a little story. I was selling TVs, and we got a new TV in. It was a $4,000 TV, most expensive in the store at the time. Beautiful TV. We were getting internet was just going on to them, so you can stream YouTube on it, and it can do all the bells and whistles, everything you need to know. A gentleman walked up, and we got going. And right from the start, I could tell for whatever reason he didn't like me. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't his guy. I'm a professional, so I worked with him, and I won him over. I feel I won him over. I found out his whole situation, and I provided him with a solution. I showed it to him. Everything was moving along, and then I made a mistake. And I caught myself in the mistake, and I said, you know what, I'm sorry. I was mixing this up with another TV. I gave you the wrong information here. This is the correct information. And I saw it. He was gone. He was gone. Maybe it didn't start off the same way. Maybe had he, like, whatever reason, liked my haircut that day or something like that. It might have gone a little bit easier, but I saw him leave, and he was still looking this way, but the body language was going that way. So I stopped the sale. And I said, give me a second here. I'm going to go talk to one of my other guys. And I went and I found my friend, and I said to him, I got this guy sold on the $4,000 TV there. He said, oh, good for you. So the problem is he's not going to buy it from me. And so he kind of looked at me like I was a goof. And I explained that for whatever reason he doesn't like me. I've made mistakes, and I can feel it. I know he's not into it. If you come over, I assure you, you're going to make the sale. And I can see. Like, the TV paid $150, and it was a slow day, and it was a good sale. But he's hesitant. I want to trust it. Me, I don't know. It's not. We don't give up salesmen, but I knew it was gone. It wasn't mine to give up. It was gone. I was rescuing it. So I brought him over to the TV, and I said, This is Jeff. This is the guy I go to when I have questions. I can see the situation here that you're very serious about this TV, and I believe it is the right solution for you. But I feel I'm holding you up because I'm making mistakes, and I know that you're sincere, but you just need the appropriate information. And Jeff is the man to give it to you. And I said, Jeff, this is George. George is looking for a TV that he can use in his small business. He does a lot of presentations for people. He wants a nice big display so people can see the display, and he can show them whatever he has to show them. His concern is that this TV might not be the right TV for it and won't do what he wants to do. What do you think, Jeff? Is this the right TV? Jeff, man, it was awesome. Yes, this is perfect. And I saw George warm up again. His eyes lit up again, and they'd made the connection. They were moving harmoniously towards the sale, and I was out of there. I didn't make commission on that one. Jeff did get the sale. I'm the type of guy that would rather see one of my friends eat than to watch the fish swim away. So I got no problems with that. And I think it actually, well, I'm still talking about it today. And it's not because I was a hero to give up the sale. My dog's here. To give up the sale. It's that I recognize the instance. I mean, other people can look at it and maybe tear it apart and say I made a mistake and I could have rescued that sale, but I felt it gone. It was gone. And that's what I'm trying to illustrate here with this mastermind principle. They might know, like, and trust you, but you also have to be harmonious with them. You also have to be moving towards the right direction. My parents know, like, and trust me, but I mean, there's plenty of things I could try to sell them that they wouldn't want to buy. So there's that little bit extra. Triggers. Now, Triggers is a book by Joseph Sugarman, and that's not what I'm getting at here. I like that book. It's a fine book. Go ahead and read it. I think he nailed the title. Now, I'd still give it like 9 out of 10, no problem, but the book I'm going to recommend is Yes by Robert Cialdini. I don't know what his name is, but getting the Yes. This is what I would call a pop psychology book. He's a psychologist, and he does little experiments, and he analyzes how people react to situations. There's a band called the Tragically Hip, and they sing a song called Scared. And one of the lyrics is, there's a focus group that can prove that this is all nothing but cold calculation. Well, I think they might have read Robert Cialdini too. I'd prefer if some of these things were a little more organic and you just kind of learn these things by trial and error, but there's a lot of tricks to the trade in that book. If you want, like, I mean, anybody, like my parents could read that book and get entertainment out of it, but if you're in the business of sales, if you're in the business of getting people to say yes, I can't recommend that book enough. Now, I think it's not just one or two triggers, and it's not just no like or trust. I see the sale as almost as a movement. You're moving towards something. You're trying to get into the flow of something. This is the mastermind. We're all moving towards it, and how you build that momentum like a snowball. You want this snowball going downhill because it's going to build up. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they have to say yes. They can't stop. And part of that is little micro triggers, getting them to say yes. If you watch any Russell Brunson stuff, he calls it trial closes. And these to me are just all micro agreements that he's using. Oh geez, Tom Hopkins to me uses trial closes a little bit stronger. Explains them a little bit better. So I would check out his stuff. But for our purposes here, Russell Brunson, by all means, genius. Just a little bit differing opinions on trial closes. But he says, "Are you seeing how this works? Do you get what I'm saying? Are you guys as excited as I am?" And we're moving towards, in any sales situation, I'm always trying to get people through hurdles. In any situation, there's always, well, I don't know if I trust this company. I don't know if this is the right guy. I don't know if this is the right solution for us. So when you're in that situation, you know which hurdles you got to get over, and you just get them to agree to it. Get them seeing it in a positive light. Get them to see the outcome. Future pace them, seeing them in the future. Okay, so when you've been working out with us for 4 weeks and you started losing about 5 pounds, do you think you're going to feel better? When this TV's on your wall, it's 40 inches, and you're showing off all of your new prospects, your display there, do you think they're going to enjoy buying from you a little bit more, if you think it'll be easier to make a little bit more sales, you're moving people towards those outcomes. On a website, by all means, you can do this. Use this copywriting, and it'll achieve this. So I think I'll wrap it up there. I think I've given a bit of an overview. Well, hopefully, you at least have a idea how to move forward on that.